Hello, ladies and gentlemen, racers and race fans all across the world. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Degenerate Racing League. We are officially starting soon, and the race action is about to get underway. Hello to Johnny5437. Your comments are a little suspicious. Burt Macklin has banned you. Thank you for that, Burt Macklin. Hello to Nyrads. Hello to Burt Macklin. Thank you very much for being moderators. Thank you very much for joining us here in the broadcast. Really appreciate all the love and support from the Degenerate Racing League and appreciate everybody's support as always. Let's take a look at the calendar that we have on schedule for Season 5. Round 1, we've been to Zolder. 2 is at Nürburgring, 3, Silverstone. 4, the Red Bull Ring. Bathurst. Brands Hatch is where we just raced at, and now we're at Kyalami. It means our home in Zulu, and it is our home for racing here at the Degenerate Racing League. We've got some tricky weather ahead of this event, and hopefully the drivers have the gusto to take it to the racing surface and keep it between the mayo and the mustard tonight. We're going to round things out next week on 4/15 at Imola. Of course, the Autodromo Internazionale di Enzo e Dino Ferrari. Hopefully I got that one right this time around. And Kyalami facts coming at you here shortly. But before we get to the Kyalami facts, let's talk about the Patreon. Because we've got a whole bunch of gold subscribers to the Patreon. Ricky Bobby, Russell Stanford, Evans Vorg, Max Power, Don Fossman, Buggy Watt, Artur Hermanis, Tyler Morgan, Joshua Rodriguez, Darren Wicks, Andy Jackson, Sean Ches, the Party Pickle himself, Jason Hayes, Ronald Swanson, Spencer Braun, Tarugo, Mike Fuller, John Malott, Norris Yu, and Shooter McGavin being the partiers amongst the Patreon subscribers. Thank you very much for your love and support, keeping the lights on here at the Degenerate Racing League and keeping things moving forward week after week, month after month. You guys are the reason why I'm here right now. Thank you very much for that love and support. And thank you very much to our community leaders as well for keeping the lights on here at the Degenerate Racing League. And thank you for allowing me this opportunity to commentate for such a wonderful community. There's amazing racing action going on week after week. And if you want to get involved, !DRL should be working in the Real High Twitch. That's something we got to get set up for the DRL chat. I'll work with Burt Macklin to get that set up. It's definitely something that we should get going. But without any further delay, let's take a look at the racing action and see how the drivers are doing in their qualifying session. Right now, it's Big Double D Don Donovan leading the charge, 150.305 fast lap, last lap around. Battling it out with Artur Jimenez, the double four. Tyler Morgan surprisingly doing really well this event out. Third place for him, 151.300. He's only 0.3 off of Don's pace right now, and that's pretty good right now for himself. Or 1.293 off of Don's pace, excuse me, as Don just sets a 150.007. John Malott into fourth place, Tarugo into fifth, Vladislav Maverick in sixth. Then we have Russell Stanford, the man on screen right now for Russ Bunny, Wes Romery, Sean Ches, the Party Pickle, and Jay Paisa. Buggy Watt, Don Fossman, and Juan Lopez not setting laps right now. And I'm hearing in my ears that Juan Lopez just crashed during his qualifying run, so he will not be setting a lap right now. That's the number 58, who's having a little bit of a kerfuffle. Some drivers are expecting to have some crashes in the rain, so Juan Lopez is looking like he might be able to work his way up from the back of the field forward, although he's starting from last place right now. Checking up on the standings for Season 5 before we switch over. And the Pro-Am standings right now. Ooh, is this right? This is right. Wow. Things have inverted themselves in the championship standings, surprisingly. With a drop round of 17, Don Donovan now leads the championship standings with 230 points, in front of Artur Jimenez with a drop round of 8. Don Donovan has done nothing but win since round 3. He's won round 3, 4, 5, and 6, and looking to win yet another round here at the Degenerate Racing League. Artur Jimenez, who was trying to go for the Triple Crown, finishing first place in rounds 1, 2, and 3, was unable to reclaim that position. Rounds 3 and 4 finishing second place. Round 5 and 6, a 7th and an 8th place finish, 8th place being his worst finish so far. Then in third place, we have the Party Pickles with 203. That'll be Sean Ches, the leader of the Party Pickle. I don't know if that's true. I'm just going to call it true. He's finished second place in the last 2 races, round 5 and round 6. It's a really good finish for Sean Ches right now. And looking forward, he has a chance to claim some additional haul of points. But not here at Kyalami. He's qualified 9th position, down in 16th place. No, 9th place for the number 16, excuse me. Vladislav Maverick in 4th place, Juan Lopez in 5th, Tyler Morgan in 6th, Russell Stanford in 7th, Tarugo in 8th, Don Fossman in 9th, Wes Romery in 10th. John Malott in 11th, Buggy Watt in 12th, Jay Paisa in 13th, Grant Sahara in 14th, Alan Young in 15th, Braden Breeze, Ricky Bobby, and Jason Hayes will round out the 18 drivers driving for the Pro-Am category. Vladislav Maverick having a bit of a wiggle getting to the line there. 7th place is all he is good for. Last lap a 154.117, best lap being a 151.74.7. Let's go ahead and talk about the pro standings now, with 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this qualifying session as the times are about to start trickling in. It'll be Cooper Atherton leading the charge. Always a bridesmaid, never the bride. No first place finishes for him. Nice. That was quick, Burt Macklin. Amazing job. Exclamation point Discord now prompts up Stream Elements to type in the Degenerate Racing League Discord. That is awesome news. Thank you very much for getting that done. But the bridesmaid, never the bride of Cooper Atherton, has not won a race yet in this series. He's been on pole position a handful of times so far in this season 5, but so far really hasn't found his rhythm or his rhyme. He hasn't gotten jiggy, baby. It is bobsled time, though, for Cooper to try to get that pole position and that win underneath his belt. Jakob Stofko, though, has won a handful of races. 2 7th place finishes for him in round 4 and round 5, and a DNS for round 2. But Jakob Stofko, true to form, won last round at Brands Hatch. Darren Wicks in 3rd place right now, and he's got every single letter of the alphabet for his name. He's got a 4, 2, 3, 5, and 1. Cross this man's bingo card off. Round 6 took a DNF, and that'll be his drop round, but he's got 205 points. He's only 2 points behind Jakob Stofko. Super surprising right now. Let's switch the camera up to the man, the myth, the legend, Cooper Atherton right now as we watch him do a lap. Darren Wicks in 3rd place. Nathan Henderson in 4th place. Am I looking at the right season? I am. Nathan Henderson in 4th place right now, driving the AMR V8 Vantage with 161 points. Spencer Braun in 5th place. Burt Macklin, FBI, in 6th place overall, taking a DNS in round 3 for Macklin. That'll be his drop round. Josh Rodriguez, aka Joshua Rodriguez, in 7th place. Andrej Sturman in 8th, and Andrej Sturman has had a miss-hit-miss run at things so far, usually qualifying into the top 5, but his results have not been indicative of those epic qualifying runs. 12th, 4th, 5th, 15th, 9th, and 8th. I believe that 15th would have been at Bathurst. That was round 4, if I'm not mistaken. Really not a great run for Andrej Sturman, but a great recovery drive nonetheless. Mitch Nairati in 9th place, Shooter McGavin in 10th place, Neil Kerbel in 11th place, Daniel Hirsch in 12th, Kyle Hirsch in 13th. The Hirsch brothers nose to tail right now, and Kyle taking 3 DNSs at the race at the season start. Daniel taking 2 for rounds 2 and round 3. Omer Kane, Dean Stefani, Norris Yu, Kevin Palaniuk, Sam Bozak, and Bradley Cooper round out the 19 drivers in the pro category. Here is Jakob Stofko getting a little undulated, coming through what looks like cheetah right now, trying his best to keep it on the track. Here coming out of Ingwe is Kyle Hirsch and the Dive Bombers. Now Kyle Hirsch headed in towards T1 right now through Cawthorn, and now will he maintain the track position that he needs to desperately cling onto a top 10 finish? Time will only tell if Kyle can keep up with the track conditions right now. Track is definitely wet. Oh, and he finds a little bit of runoff there coming through Barbecue. And on his way to Sunset, things are not all shite nice, shiny, and bright for Kyle Hirsch and the Dive Bombers. He's going to have some more time to go after it for another go at it, though. Track conditions are awfully moist out there. 24 degrees Celsius. Track temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. The wind is coming across him at 1 kilometers per hour. I still don't know what the heck a kilometer is as well. Oh, thank you very much, Burt Macklin. I'll go ahead and set up the command right now for exclamation point clip, because I can do that. Authorize. Awesome. Glad to see it, Burt Macklin. I was just going to test it myself, but you've done the work for me. Appreciate you, my friend. I've got the hotkey ready to go on my multitude of stream decks now. Josh Rodriguez looking like he's done best in 5th place. Josh Rodriguez really doing a great job driving this Honda NSX, and of course a Honda NSX being unrestricted here at Kyalami. He's doing a good job of keeping that one, but has a big wiggle on the braking zone of the clubhouse bend. Gets sideways even. Windshield wipers are going faster than we can even see them at some point in time. Here's Spencer Braun looking back, and I think that would be Jakob Stofko behind him in the MA70 Esports Lamborghini, because I'm not seeing Andrej Sturman on the racetrack here tonight. We have Stofko topping the charts with a 148.697. Neil Kerbel 148.850. Nathan Henderson in 3rd place with a 149.177. Don Donovan in 4th place, completely out of class right now, and in the pit lanes for the pro category, for the pro-ams, excuse me. Don has really been working this as hard as he possibly can this season. It's great to finally see him get what he deserves. Joshua Rodriguez in 5th place, Spencer Braun in 6th, Cooper Atherton in 7th, Omer Kane in 8th, Shooter McGavin in 9th, Kyle Hirsch in 11th, and Mitch Nairati in 13th overall. That'll be Arthur Hermanis and Tyler Morgan shaking things up for the pros, and they're in the Pro-Am category. Kyle Hirsch will be the next driver to cross the line. Omer Kane will actually be the next driver to cross the line, but he's not improving. He's down 3/10. Kyle Hirsch and the Dive Bombers looking to improve on this occasion, coming through the S's and up the hill through Le Coupe. Or Le Coupe. Out of turn 11 we go, and down through Mineshaft we go. One of my favorite tracks of all time is Kyalami, for the elevation change of the blind apexes that you get at the top of Le Coupe, and the undulations that you feel. Of course, Cheetah being one of my favorite corners of all time, turn 14, but now we're headed down into Ingwe. Out of the final corner here, can Kyle Hirsch improve by the 0.5 that he is looking for? That'll put him into the 50s. 150 flat for Kyle Hirsch, up into 8th place with a 150.095. Neil Kerbel for Starship Velociraptor, not looking to improve right now. Spencer Braun getting to the line, and that'll be it for his run as he warps back to the pit.
Alright, we have some wet conditions. Watch out for curves and exit, and remember to brake early.
We're going to take a quick break real quick while we get the drivers gridded up, and then we'll do our iconic as ever livery showcase. Stand by, folks. Thank you very much for sticking around. Really appreciate all the love and support as always. And if you're here for the first time, say something in the chat. Let us know that you're here. Let us know who you're rooting for. And thank you very much. We'll be right back in just a few moments. In first place, we have Jakob Stofko for the MA70 esports team, the number 70. And he is driving the long-legged Lamborghini. In second place, we have Neil Kerbel for Starship Velociraptor, driving the 395. Thank you very much for the follow, Blobe. Nathan Henderson in third place for Pegasus Motorsports 2025, driving the number 31. In fourth place, we have Don Donovan, the Halftone Racing Team, 333. First place of the Pro-Ams, just not too far away from overall pole position. Josh Rodriguez in Red Bull Racing, the number 93, in fifth place overall. Following that will be Spencer Braun for the Braun GP Brondo team, number 7, in sixth place. Next up, we have Shooter McGavin for Team Shake and Bake, the number 69. Nice. Next up, we have Cooper Atherton, Big Coop, the number 77, in 8th place right now. Kyle Hirsch and the Dive Bombers in 21 is the car number, in 9th place overall. Omer Kane, number 13, in 10th place. Mitch Nairati, the Rogue Element Racing DRL car, number 32, in 11th position. Artur Hermanis is going to be in 12th position overall for Defense Not Found, the number 44. Following his teammate is going to be Tyler Morgan for Defense Not Found, the number 72, in 13th position. Wes Romery, the 444 for Halftone Racing Team, is going to be in 14th. John Malott and the Ghost Riders, big Texas on the side of his car, and he's going to be driving the 85 in 15th place. Lilo and Stitch, the Big Tune Racing of Tarugo, in 16th position, the number 8. This is going to be Russell Stanford for Russ Money in the number 20, in 17th position. Vladislav Maverick, the number 74 for Team Mav, is going to be driving a Ferrari 296 in 18th position. Sean Ches and the Party Pickles is going to be in 19th place for the number 16. Jay Paisa, the number 135 JP with Samantha Tan Racing, is going to be driving in 20th position. Don Fossman and the second Party Pickle, the number 11 in 21st position. Buggy Watt and the 410 for Buggy Goku is going to be driving out of 22nd position. Juan Lopez and the Sky Tempesta Racing Team, number 58, is in 23rd position. Following that will be Alan Young in the 555 for Russ Money's team in the number 24 spot. Drivers taking their formation lap as we speak, folks, and bobbing and weaving their way around the track, trying to warm up their tires as much as possible, keeping as much heat generated as humanly possible as they actually cool down on this outlap. That is one good-looking Red Bull livery, I must say. Drivers are going to have to deal with a ton of spray from the cars in front of them. Those further down the pack will get hit with more spray, obviously, and hit blind apexes and blind brake markers. 1, 2, 3 cars in the front, nose astern right now. Let's talk about Kyalami, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Track length of 2.8 miles or 4.5 kilometers. I still don't know what the heck a kilometer is. Founded in 1961, current layout from 2016, located in Kyalami, South Africa. Kyalami is situated near Midrand between Johannesburg and Pretoria, if you're curious. 15 corners, 9 to the left, 6 to the right, with 78 feet of elevation change, or 25 meters. Still don't know what the heck a meter is. 1.1 kilometers, or 3,600 foot long straightaway. And of course, as I noted to earlier, Kyalami is named after the Zulu phrase Kyalami, which means my home. It reflects the area's deep cultural roots. And during clear skies, you can actually see the town of Kyalami in the background as we come down the front straightaway, but I don't think we'll be seeing any of the skyline here at Kyalami tonight. I think we're going to keep focused on the race cars and the racing going on. Side by side formation is the nature of the beast right now. Driver is getting ready to take the green. Away we go, though, and it's going to look like it's 3 wide further back. Let's keep an eye on this battle between Neil Kerbel and Jakob Stofko. Former teammates, no longer teammates, though. Let's check out Joshua Rodriguez and the battle behind. That'll be Shooter McGavin trying to throw it up the inside line on Spencer Braun, but he's not having none of that. Looking back, it'll be Cooper Atherton trying to get mixed up, and there is definitely going to be a huge 3-wide situation as Kyle Hirsch sends it up the inside on Shooter and tries to get one done on Spencer Braun as well, but Braun covers it off pretty neat and tidy for the race start. Shooter McGavin, Cooper Atherton, Mitch Nairati. I'm seeing incidences all over the place, bumping and grinding. Wes Romery spinning around right now. No, that's not Wes. Who is that? That's Tyler Morgan spun around, which was, I believe, with his teammate getting involved with each other now. And the defense not found teammates having a little bit of a collision, and there goes a good run at it for Tyler Morgan as he gets further back down the order. Let's let auto camera take us away and show us where the racing action lies. Jakob Stofko leads over Neil Kerbel by 0.7 of a second, and by my looks of it, it'll be Jakob Stofko walking away with this one. Neil Kerbel will have to do something pretty fierce to catch back up to his former teammate driving the MA70 eSports car. This is one good-looking livery for the Starship Velociraptor, the number 395. As he drives this one as fast and furiously as humanly possible. Looking further down the grid, it'll be Artur Hermanis who's tumbled down the order, the number 44 for defense not found, and he is all the way down into 18th place overall now. Accident for the 135, I'm assuming with Kyle Hirsch, and here's two Ferraris going side by side coming out of Ingwe, turn 15, and they're bumping and grinding more than an R. Kelly song, and they are going after it with each other. Don Donovan up into 4th place, and man, oh man, has Don secured his place in space and time right now in front of Joshua Rodriguez. The number 93, he leads by 1.5 seconds, 1 second now, as it still is fluttering back and forth. He trails by 1.8 seconds to Nathan Henderson, and this could be his first overall podium position. This would be Sean Ches and Artur Hermanis battling on track. The 16 leads the 44. And he is only 0.4 away from Russell Stanford, Sean Ches is. And there goes a look up the inside line. This is going to open the door for Artur Hermanis a little bit here. But no, slipping and sliding our way through Clubhouse Bend and up our hill through the S's. It'll be Ferrari leading Ferrari, leading Ferrari, leading Ferrari, leading Ferrari. As we have 5 prancing horses. Nose to tail right now. The Cavalieri Rampanti chasing each other down in a couple of groups on track, but Don Donovan being the fastest Fiat on track right now, the 333 in 4th place. Things starting to settle down as the drivers are getting used to the track conditions and building a little bit of a safety buffer between each other on the racetrack right now. And I'm not complaining. Oh, Mitch Nairati looking like he wants to look for a move, and who is that? That looks like it'll be Buggy Watt in the 410, a Goku car. It's spun out. Yes, that is Buggy Watt who had spun out coming out of the final corner and lets a handful of other cars by. Don Fossman and Buggy Watt coming together there out of the final corner, and Buggy Watt trying to snap right back through it. Juan Lopez shaking and baking his way through the grid. He's passed John Malott, Shooter McGavin, Alan Young, as Juan Lopez has started in pit lane. Has he actually taken a pit stop, though? No, he has not. Alan Young also starting from pit lane. Shooter McGavin, the first of the pit callers, took an 8-second stationary. And that'll be the number 69. And he is back out onto the racing circuit trying to get away from the other cars on the racetrack around him. A very interesting call out of him. Russell Stanford and Jake Pisa battling it out right now. Pisa gets past Russell Stanford with a quick, swift move. And Artur Hermanis looking to be the next one to get by Russ Money and get some of that cash money as well. Big wiggle out of Artur Hermanis coming out of Le Cop. It's going to slow him down quite a bit now. Some drivers may want to consider following that number 69 of Shooter McGavin and maybe take an early pit stop to get out of the spray of some of the other drivers around him. It looks like the undercut strategy might be pretty strong here at Kyalami. Kyle Hirsch taking that advice right now. The dive bomber diving down pit lane, or has he got an issue? Kyle Hirsch apparently with an issue coming down pit lane, and he gets rolling again. Very weird, and that's not going to help him in his undercut strategy. Joshua Rodriguez is closing down on Don Donovan. The gap is now 0.7 of a second between himself and Don. You can see the Don Donovan is right in front. There goes Russ Money, almost getting run to the back of by the defense not found team. Archer Hermanis and the number 44 trying to close down that gap. Good looking battle right here. We'll keep an eye on this one right now. This is a battle for position, not only in class, but overall as well. So sometimes we just talk about bragging rights. Other times we're talking about overall positions in their class and getting points. Kyle Hirsch comes out of pit lane. Don Fossman with a big off there. And who else is coming down? We have another pit caller. That'll be Tyler Morgan taking to pit road, as he is in a bit of a recovery drive after a big spin. I believe that was at Sunset. Is that going to be John Malott? John Malott as well in pit lane at this point in time. Buggy Watt battling with Juan Lopez and Don Fossman. Buggy Watt with a move to the inside line at Sunset. That'll be a little sketchy under these wet conditions. Backs out of it promptly enough. The Ferraris leading the Mercedes AMG of Juan Lopez now. The AMG with its rain light on and flashing, and it looks like the cars in front of them might not have them. Oh, they do have them on as well. Okay, maybe that might be catching Juan Lopez off guard a little bit, but no, all cars in front of them do have their rain lights flashing. Here's a battle between Russell Stanford, Jay Paisa, and Artur Hermanis. Paisa is checked out by around 1 second. Looking at the rear wing is Artur Hermanis. Now bobbing over to the inside line for the final corner. A little bit of argy-bargy elbows out racing, and it looked like Artur Hermanis gets bumped out there. I'm not sure who went too far, too deep. That might have been Artur Hermanis not yielding the corner to Russell Stanford. But either way, collision was found coming through the final corner. And down the straightaway, Russell Stanford looks pretty much unaffected. Speaking of unaffected, Jakob Stafko unaffected right now. First place for him, pole position start, and he has gone nowhere but just separating himself from Neil Kerbel. Just that little bit more, 0.8 of a second now, tumbling down to around 7/10 now. And it looked like Jakob Stafko got track limits coming through the Sunset Bend. And we're headed down Le Coupe. Or excuse me, that would have been through the S's. Yes, through the S's is where he got track limits and down through Mineshaft. Oh, Neil Kerbel's looking menacing on the inside, coming through the Crocodiles, and its gap is stayed around the same 7/10, 8/10 of a second. Neil Kerbel could have a chance of drinking out of the big champagne glass that would be first place victors tonight. He's done a great job of staying within touching distance of Jakob Stofko. Fastest lap coming out of Jakob. That'll be a 1:48.670 compared to a 1:48.710 out of Neil Kerbel. 3/10 the gap separating the two leaders right now. Last lap around 1:48.9 to a 1:48.7. Neil Kerbel being the advanter in that. Coming through Barbecue, turn 4. Neil Kerbel sitting in the dirty air of Jakob Stofko in this wet, and he's struggling to see as well with all that spray getting kicked up. Let's take a look at the onboard camera of the Starship Velociraptor. Neil Kerbel's up around 2/10 right now. Barely see anything out of that front windscreen of his. Let's see if we can get a look at the helmet camera and see how bad it really is. There it is. The spray is menacing and just blinding Neil Kerbel right now. You can barely see through the big blur of white splash in front of him. Trying to work the steering wheel as softly as possible there. The Starship Velociraptor driver of Neil Kerbel piloting this Starship as best as humanly possible. Checking back in with Archer Hermanis trying to chase down Buggy Watt after that tumble and fall he had coming out of the final corner with Russell Stanford. He's got to recover this recovery drive. Shooter McGavin chopping it up through the rest of the field right now has found himself in the 19th place with that very early pit stop of his. "31 minutes and 17 seconds left on the clock, folks. We've only got a handful more laps remaining in this race. Drivers lapping around the 2-minute mark, just 10 seconds shy of that 2-minute mark. But let's say we're going to get another 16 laps, maybe? We'll end this on lap 25-ish? Question mark? I'm Ron Burgundy. Neil Kerbel, Jakob Stofko still glued to each other, though. The number 70 leads the 395. Coming out of the final corner, this might be Neil Kerbel's opportunity to close down the gap, but just does not get the run that he desperately needs out of that final corner to close down the gap. Ooh, Neil with a big off coming out of Sunset into Clubhouse bend, barely keeps it on the racetrack there. That was a big memento for Neil Kerbel, and he's losing just a couple of tenths now to Jakob on this lap. Whoa, there's another big drift out of Neil Kerbel, out of the S's and up the hill through Le Coupe. He manages to hold on for one more day, but he's now 1 second away from Jakob out in front. Lap time comparisons for those who have pitted and the front runners. Is the clear track helping? Let's take a look. Shooter McGavin lapping at 150.755 compared to, where did he qualify? Shooter McGavin was in 7th place, so let's look at 7th place. Mitch Nairati, 151.3, so Shooter McGavin should gain a few positions. Omer Kane is off at Cheetah, the fast part of the track right before Ingwe, and he's resuming track right in front of Mr. Tarugo. Neil Kerbel 3/10 away from the car in front, goes for a move of the inside line coming through Sunset. Has to back out of it, but forces the MA70 Esports driver a little bit wide on his own. Jakob Stofko trying to go defensive here, pushes back to 395, and there's a big drift and a tank slapper out of Neil Kerbel when he gets on throttle, and they come together, and that will be a very close maneuver. Russell Stanford, Russ Money, finds himself off at Barbecue. Let's buy Shooter McGavin, and then rejoins the racetrack. Jakob Stofko and Neil Kerbel come together again? Hold on, hold your phone. Let's get a quick 30 for 30 and see what happened here. Oh, Neil Kerbel runs into the back of Jakob Stofko in the braking zone. Oh, and that will be a surefire penalty for Neil Kerbel if I've ever seen one. Super unfortunate timing there. Not what you pay to see, folks. Not what you pay to see at all. Neil Kerbel does the gentlemanly-like thing, lets Jakob get by. Relinquishes the position so that they can resume their battle. And it looks like Tyler Morgan has dropped out from the race, leaving us with just 23 drivers remaining. Juan Lopez and John Malott looking like they got together. Oh, I don't think they're on the same racetrack as each other right now. Looking at the track map. This is Artur Hermanis in the defense not found, looking at the rear end of Don Fossman. I cannot understate this enough as Artur Hermanis catches a big slapper. Let's do a quick 10 for 10 and see if we can get another look at what happened here for Artur Hermanis. Ooh, yeah, that was a big tank slapper right before the S's. Man, oh man, he's lucky to keep that one out of the barrier. Archer Hermanis into the pits now, out of 11th place, tumbling down the order. Thank you for the follow, Denise. And you are our 150th subscriber, meeting our follower goal. This isn't like the grocery store where you're our 1 millionth customer and you get some grand prize. Although that would be very cool. That's not what we do here at the Degenerate Racing League. Your grand prize is exclamation Discord, where you can join us on the racetrack and get involved with the action on field. Hopefully you're enjoying it, Denise. Is it Denise or Denise? Jakob Stofko leads with 22 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. Joshua Rodriguez, no for Joshua Rodriguez. It's like right before Cheetah. Jay Paisa and Sean Ches inverted positions there. Sean Ches gets past Jay Paisa, the 12 and the 13 on track. It's like Day Knees overtaken from Day Knees. Overtaken from Dionys. Ah, very much makes sense now. Thank you very much for the explanation. Oh no, Shooter McGavin and his undercut strategy gets unfolded here now. Oh man. Really looking forward to Shooter McGavin's recovery drive. He's still lapping in the 150s compared to some of the other drivers around him. He should have gotten past Omer Kane and Mitch Nairati based on his pace alone, but no, it's not working out for his favor on this occasion. Juan Lopez lapping around 151.035. Alan Young in the 155s. Surprised that we haven't seen more pit stop callers at this point in time, and the people that have taken pit stops have done so because of incidences or trying to get around traffic. Just as I say that, Tarugo and Paisa both come down pit road. They'll be the next pit stop callers. There comes Paisa out of pit lane. Neil Kerbel closing down the gap under the braking zone of turn 2. The Giuseppe sweep. It looks like Kerbel has the pace and consistency, but it looks like all that pace and consistency will catch up to Jakob Stafko. Kerbel to the outside line coming through Sunset Bend. Will he be able to maintain this track position? He sure is. Does he go a little bit too wide? And the switchback is going to be confirmed. The outside line turns into the inside for the following corner, and that is a clean move for position. Neil Kerbel gets past Jakob Stafko on pace alone. Now that was a good pass between Neil Kerbel and Jakob Stafko on the racetrack. Looked like Neil Kerbel had the pace, 148.5 compared to a 148.9 out of Jakob Stafko on that previous lap. So Neil Kerbel really chipping away at those lap times. Now Jakob Stafko 151.0 on that previous lap. Holy smokes, what happened to him? Joshua Rodriguez, next driver into pit lane. Nathan Henderson in third place. Nathan Henderson starting in third place and trying to end this race in third place with just 16 minutes and 10 seconds remaining on the clock. Don Donovan started in fourth, ending his battle in fourth place as well. Don't forget, we still have a mandatory pit stop to be served in this event. As with DRL fashion this season, no mandatory tires are required, but minimum 1 liter of fuel is required. Russell Stanford, aka Russ Bunny, driver in 20th position right now. And Shooter McGavin with another hectic mistake now. Gets passed by Kyle Hirsch and Buggy Watt. Like, Kyle Hirsch battling it out with Buggy Watt. This is for just overall position, as Buggy has yet to make his pit stop still. Oh, and Shooter McGavin in the background loses control of his vehicle coming out of Sunset. Kyle Hirsch gets the move done on Buggy Watt and leads by just 0.2 of a second now. Nearly identical times coming out of Neil Kerbel and Jakob Stofko, 1:48.5 to a 1:48.5. Kyle Hirsch leaving Buggy Watt caught soaking up the spray from behind. Don Fossman being Joshua Rodriguez coming out of the final quarter, turn 15 anyway, into turn 1, the kink. There's a big lick the stamp and send it moment out of the Honda NSX, and that'll be side by side coming through the Giuseppe sweep. Not for too much longer as the Honda NSX backs out of it there, and that was a big lick the stamp and send it moment. Trugo closing the door down on Joshua Rodriguez coming up the hill through the S's. Joshua Rodriguez stamps on the brakes just a little bit too late through the coupe. But it doesn't seem to have any effect on Trugo closing the gap, it seems. Mitch Nairati next of the pit callers. $148.4 out of Neil Kerbel compared to a 149.2. The gap has opened up to around 4.2 seconds between the two drivers. Nathan Henderson, 8.8 seconds away from Jakob in third place. Don Donovan in fourth place. Spencer Braun in fifth. Cooper Atherton in sixth. Omar Kane in seventh. Sean Ches in eighth. Mitch Nairati with that 10.1 second stationary pit stop should gain a few positions over the pit stop cycle. Juan Lopez battling with Vladislav Maverick, bobbing and weaving on our way to the entrance of Sunset. Juan Lopez stuck behind Vladislav Maverick right now and gets a big wiggle coming through that corner, turn 5, through the entrance of Clubhouse Bend. It's Vladislav Maverick leading over Juan Lopez right now. Juan Lopez with a 151.4 on the previous lap. Vladislav Maverick with a 152.1 on that lap. Sean Ches, the party pickle captain, down pit road he goes. Spencer Braun coming out of pit lane now. Don Donovan getting past lap traffic there. That'll be Jay Paisa, driver in 19th position, the 135. Lopez, Maverick, battling still continues. This is where we saw the overtake go wrong for Lopez previously, but he's on the outside line for Sunset. Will this work out in his favor? Holding on as much as possible with a big drift, trying to cut back to the inside line. Unable to make the move stick. Lopez still trying to make that move work with Vladislav Maverick. Juan Lopez even trying to go out to the dirt to make that move pass. Neil Kerbel pits out from behind Juan Lopez and Vladislav Maverick's battle. Vladislav Maverick trying to put on his great Minister of Defense hat. Juan Lopez side by side coming through turn one, the kink. This is going to be the 58 and the 74 going side by side in towards Cawthorn, who's going to be the greater aggressor here. Juan Lopez coming around the long way around the outside, makes the move stick, coming around Vladislav Maverick and the Ferrari in the number 74. Oh, and then he throws it away from the number 74, unable to get that move to stick back around. Unfortunate for Juan Lopez's battle with Vladislav Maverick. Neil Kerbel comes out of pit lane behind Nathan Henderson. 5.5 second stationary for Neil Kerbel. Jakob Stofko with a 5.7 second stationary. Don Donovan promoted into third overall right now. Still has to take his mandatory though. Whoa, big drift out of Don Donovan coming through Sunset into Clubhouse Bend. Manages to keep it on the racing surface. Five minutes, 20 seconds remaining for the remaining handful of drivers to take their last pit stop of the race. Wes Romery takes that decision now. Huggy Watt also taking that call now. And they'll tumble down the order and into their respectful places. Don Donovan into pit lane for him. The 333 better pull off a spectacular pit stop. Ooh, and Tarugo's car, the Big Tune Racing vehicle, has seen some better days. For the number 8 yellow flags being called for him. Let's see if we can get an instant replay of what happened to this car. Oh, and just caught it up on the curb. and clatters into the wall, and a few drivers get past Tarugo. Don with a 10.3 second stationary loses out a position to Omar Kane and Spencer Braun. Oh, Don Fossman dips a wheel off into the grass, pirouettes around a few times. Manages to stay away from the barriers. Nathan Henderson comes down pit road out from first place. That'll re-inherit Neil Kerbel to the lead of this race with a 148.192 as he gets around Juan Lopez. Jakob Stofko 3.4 seconds back from Neil Kerbel, a 148.5 being his best lap of the session. Denise asked, what is the SA of the drivers? 80 plus, at least 80 plus for most of these drivers, I would say. I know drivers like Neil Kerbel, Jakob Stofko, Nathan Henderson are probably in the 90s. I know, speaking from my own experience, I'm in the 99s for safety average.
Alright, man, the leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
Neil Kerbel's on the final lap of the race. Cannot believe that 45 minutes have flown by so quickly, but he's going to come through Cawthorn for just the final time now and into the Giuseppe Suite. Now onto Barbecue, turn 4. And just as I say that, it looks like the light rain is finally about to hit in 30 minutes, but that's not going to affect the drivers too much right now. Rain still coming down all around them. As far as we can see, Spencer Braun gets promoted up into 4th place as Omar Kane takes his final pit stop of the race, and he will be the last of the pit stop callers. Oh, is that the 333 of Don Donovan? No, that would be the 444 of Wes Romery, who got spun out there. He's able to pirouette himself back onto the racetrack. But here's Neil Kerbel taking the checkered flag and the win of the race. Neil Kerbel for Starship Velociraptor in the 395. Jakob Stofko in 2nd place, the number 70 MA70 Esports driver. Nathan Henderson, 17.6 seconds back, will cross the line in third place. Spencer Braun of Brondo GP is about to approach Cheetah now, and into Ingwe we go, the fastest of the Porsche drivers. Fourth place finish for him. Don Donovan claims first place for the Pro-Am drivers. Cooper Atherton next across the line in sixth place. Mitch Nairati in seventh place overall. Then Omer Kane in eighth. Joshua Rodriguez crosses the line in ninth position. Followed by that will be Kyle Hirsch and the Dive Bombers in 10th position. Top 10 finish for Kyle Hirsch. Shooter McGavin into 11th position. Then we have Sean Ches and the Party Pickles, Vladislav Maverick, Wes Romery, Juan Lopez, Tarugo, Don Fossman, Jay Paisa, Russell Stanford, Buggy Watt, and John Malott rounding out the 21 drivers who made it to the end. Let's go ahead and get the race highlights brought up here, and we'll see if anybody wants to come in for an interview. We're going to hold fast here in the broadcast booth while we wait to see if anybody wants to come into the green room for an interview. Good battle between Juan Lopez and Buggy Watt here. Juan tried to make that one work for a long time coming. Oh, and then Juan goes off into the grass and loses the position back to Buggy Watt. Okay, and Roddy. W on BMW, violence potentially. Oh, this was Artur Jimenez getting spun around. Russell Stanford coming out the final corner anyway. It's the battle between Neil Kerbel and Jakob Stofko, where Stofko ends up bumping Neil Kerbel off the track, or Kerbel ends up bumping Jakob Stofko. Not sure which way that went, but this was a pass for the lead gone wrong. Where I think Neil Kerbel runs into the back of Jakob Stofko. Yep. Where Neil Kerbel lets Jakob back through at the entrance of turn 1. Oh, we have Juan Lopez in the green room. Mr. Juan Lopez, sorry I didn't see you in the green room there. Hopefully you weren't waiting too long. How was your racer? We're just watching your battle between yourself and Alan Young, the 555. Oh. So you're going to have to say that again. Burt Macklin reminded me that you're muted because I was hanging out in the Discord for a little while during the race.
That's all right. My race went all right. I could have been better, especially since quali. I didn't quali. I crashed out, so I couldn't make another lap.
Was it just time that ran away from you during the qualifying session, or was it that mistake that really set you far back?
It was just time. I had to restart the computer just for connectivity issues, and then at the time I rejoined, there were already 4 minutes already passed. So.
Oh man! So
yeah,
really you only had time for one lap, basically.
Pretty much the warm-up lap and then the go lap, and I ruined the go lap.
Super tragic. You had a good race, battling it out with a few cars on the racetrack. Saw your battle with Buggy Watt, Alan Young. Obviously, you made your way back up into 15th position at the end of the day, and you're doing some pretty good lap times. You're faster than most of the cars in front of you still. 151.4 being that last lap. Your fast lap being a 149.6, which is quite impressive. That would have put you, wow, way up at the top of the grid, top 5 even.
Yeah. I like driving in the wet. Yeah, so it all goes back to quali. It was just terrible quali. That's what I'm gonna chuck it away. And then also, not really well prepared for the race. I'll say. A couple
just
hiccups
not enough
here and
practice
there.
for you, Juan?
I think practice. I could have done with a little bit more practice. It's more of the preparation for the pit stops and everything, calculating the fuel, all that jazz.
Yeah, definitely helps.
Yeah, I kind of dropped the ball on that one.
What was your pit stop time? I've got the data in front of me here. Let's see. Juan Lopez, 24.5 second transient, which seems about average for most of the drivers, but 18.6 seconds stationary in the pit stop. Man.
Yeah. That
was added too much fuel, or didn't have the calculator well? What happened there?
Both. Both. Too much fuel. I ended up with, I believe it was something like 32 liters of fuel. I way overfueled. Completely overfueled.
Oh man, that is a huge bummer, brother.
It is what it is. How about your night? Any cool battles on your end?
Lots of cool battles on the racing circuit. It felt like 45 minutes went by in a blink of an eye. Joshua Rodriguez and Wes Romery popping up on screen right now as Joshua Rodriguez was in a bit of a recovery drive situation. And not too many incidences tonight, despite the climactic weather, or inclement weather, I should say. It was quite scary to think that the drivers could basically barely see in front of them as they were driving on the racetrack. How was the spray for you?
Oh, terrible. Absolutely atrocious. You cannot see. It was, a lot of the times it was just relying on muscle memory and key braking markers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I bet coming up the hill out of turn 11, the coupe must have been extremely difficult, because your only braking reference is really the crest of the road.
I was using the Marshall's hut on the left as it's a really good unmovable reference.
That is another good one for sure.
Yeah, it was a fun race. I honestly, like, low key, we should do more rain races. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I like them. It's really fun. Really fun, especially.
And it looks good too.
Oh, I mean, 100%.
Here we are watching your battle with Tarugo. It looks like Tarugo just walked right on by you, or did you walk right on by Tarugo here? You walked right on by Tarugo as you followed Jakob Stofko through on him.
Oh, I remember this pass. I thought Stofko was right behind me, so I pulled off to not impede him because he was in a battle with Neil, with Kerbal.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw him pass me a second time, or the second car was him, and I got so confused, and then I just ended up following him.
That's one way to make an overtake stick.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to close things out on the stream. Any closing words for the fans at home, Yuan?
Join DRL. Come on, join the race club. Have fun.
Exclamation point Discord to get involved with the championship series, folks. Thank you very much, Juan Lopez. I'll see you guys up in the ACC room here shortly.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody, for sticking around. Thank you very much for staying tuned. It's been my pleasure, as always, to be your host. I am Sagar Bakshi, and it is always fun to be here at the Degenerate Racing League. If I can get these buttons to work, that would be fantastic. Fantastic, man. Fantastic. Here we go. Got it to work. And we'll join you next week, or you'll join me next week, hopefully. Thank you very much to Dainese. Thank you very much to Burt Macklin. Thank you very much to... who else came out tonight? I think those are all the chatters that we had. Nyrads. Yes, Nyrads as well. Really appreciate all the love and support you guys were giving to the stream tonight. Really appreciate it. And have a great night. And as always, folks, stay safe out there. Bye-bye.
Wheels burning rubber, we're never wrong. Power in the engine, fire in our stop.